thank yous before I begin. First of all, I'd like to thank the Max International team, and especially K-Man and Rowie, for really setting a standard for how the fitness industry should be, and for developing such a great program, and for also allowing me to come here tonight and speak with all of you and share a little bit of my journey as to how I got to where I am today. Secondly, I'd like to thank you guys. You guys made a decision to do a program that was a lot more involved, a program that was a lot harder than a lot of the other programs that you could have done. And the good thing about that is you guys have now set yourself up for a career where you can't be stopped, because no one else has got what you guys have now. That's why I'm doing the course that you've just finished. Lastly, I'd like to thank all you parents and family and friends. I remember when I started as a personal trainer, there wasn't much support for me becoming a personal trainer, because that wasn't a real career. And seeing you all here today makes me so happy to see the support that these people have. Not only do they have such a great qualification that has taught them so much, but they've got you all here to support them with their future journey, which is an incredible thing. But I'll bring you back to my journey and where I started, and I'm going to share a little bit of my life story here with you tonight. When I was growing up as a youngster, my father was an abusive alcoholic. And, he had a problem with his temper, he had a problem with his alcohol. And growing up, he became quite aggressive towards me, my brother, and my mother. And when I was 13 years of age, my brother could no longer take what was being dished out of him, and I came home to find my brother had tried to kill himself. He was lying on the floor in a pool of his own blood. After that happened, my father realised what his aggression had done to his family, and realised my brother could no longer cope with what he was dishing out to him. As a result, he turned it on me instead. Living through that, I made some very poor decisions, and I involved myself with some very bad people. From the age of 16, I was doing all sorts of things that I'm not very proud of. Then when I was 19, I found out that my mother had been diagnosed with paranoia, schizophrenia, and depression. In that same year, my father tried to kill my mother. I came into the room and I found my father holding my mum up against the wall trying to strangle her because he couldn't stand what his wife had become. I was there wondering what I was going to do with my family, and what I could do to help them. Because at that point, I decided to take a career that I'd already begun a lot more seriously. At that time, I was already a personal trainer, but the whole world had told me it wasn't a serious career. And I thought, why can't it be? I remember I sat there at the 2009 Vision PT Summit, and I listened to a man win the National Personal Trainer of the Year award. And I thought, why can't I be that great? Why can't I be the very best? So then I set my sights on focusing on winning National Personal Trainer of the Year, and I told everyone that I'd win it in 2011. And a lot of them told me it can't be done. A lot of them said you won't even be in the industry in 6 months, because that's how long the average personal trainer lasts, 6 months. So they don't have the understanding to deal with the business side of things as well as the passionate side of things. So I took it upon myself and started to build my database. At that point in time, I was doing around 10 hours a week, 20 sessions a week. And within about a month and a half time frame, I built it to 100 sessions a week to 120 sessions a week of personal training one-on-one with clients. So when any of you guys go into your industry, you can achieve as much as you want, as quickly as you want. It's just a matter of how badly you want it. I made a decision that day that I would not rest until I was the best. And that's what I did. If you guys compare yourself to the best you'll become, you should set that very high standard for yourself. You've got here today. So I then continued on, and I decided I was going to open my own studio. And in December 2012, I opened my own Visional Personal Training franchise. So not very long ago, it's just over a year ago now. Within that first year, my studio was doing between 350 to 400 sessions of personal training, and came close to turning over $1 million in less than 1 year. So what a lot of people will tell you guys, and a lot of people will, trust me, I know, they'll tell you that you can't be successful in the personal training industry. That, as a matter of fact, is a lie. It's It's just most people will not become successful from being in the fitness industry. They just don't understand what to do. They don't understand that rocking up to work in shorts and a singlet is not okay. So I now have a team of over 9 trainers who work with me every day, and they're very diligent, and they were all there with me this morning running the Sydney Half Marathon.
What time do you do it, Dino?
99 minutes. Wonderful trainers that work with me, and I've got my own manager of the studio who handles the studio while I'm away and has given me the ability to come out here and have the freedom in my life to come speak and share my story with wonderful people like you. But one thing I am going to leave you with is generally there's 3 kinds of people who leave Max. There's the people, unfortunately, who will lower their standards because the rest of the industry is not like you. They did an 8-week course, they got a flimsy qualification, and they end up redoing their course anyway, like I am now. And you will be surrounded by them. You'll work with them. Unfortunately, a lot of the time you'll be managed by them, and they won't like you to bring higher standards. And unfortunately, if you go down that path and lower your standards, you'll be like everybody else. You may not be in the industry in 6 months' time. And if you are, you'll never be successful. There are those of you who will keep the Max standard, keep the professional standards, will make sure you continue to upskill, and will continue to present yourself professionally, like the profession that it is. And you guys will be successful. You guys will go into the workplace, in all the fitness places that you go to, and people will question you, but since you stay strong to your standards, people will flock to you. You'll quickly be promoted, and people will follow you, and they'll be happy to support you, and they'll want to know what you know. And then there's that last part, the people who lift the Max standard, which from what I've heard, will be quite a few of you. Some of the stories I've heard and some of the things you've done is incredible. But for those of you who think you can lift the Max standard and take it to a whole new level, you'll be in that top 5%, 10% of this industry. And you will have a long life loving what you do and getting paid very well for it, like I am now. So I'd like to wish you all congratulations. I'd like to thank all you family and friends for coming along this evening. It means a lot to me that you're all here to support these wonderful people. I wish you all a wonderful night.